The U.S. Constitution requires a national census every 10 years. Earlier this week, Beth Henning, a management analyst at the State Library of Iowa, spoke to a small group of concerned citizens at the Iowa City Public Library. Henning's visit jump-started a community discussion about the importance of the upcoming 2010 census. Every person living in the United States, both citizens and non-citizens, must be counted, including college students. Why is it important that students fill out their census information? According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are many ways that census data can potentially affect college students. Census data affects college and university tuition grant and loan programs. The information also helps determine how more than $400 billion of federal funding each year is spent on infrastructure and services such as hospitals, schools, senior centers, and public works projects. Scientific research is also affected. University students and faculty use census information for reports, statistical profiles, and other research projects. Census data can also help enforce fair rent prices and bank lending programs to benefit penny pinching university students. Students, I think, are a bit confused as to what their role is and whether or not they should be filling out these forms, and whether they have some sort of exception or whatnot. Can you address that?
Yeah. The residence rules for the census are that you're counted where you're living on April 1st, 2010. And so in the case of most students, that's going to be where they're living here in Iowa City. And that's true across the country. This is not a special rule for Iowa City or for Iowa. That's the standard rule for the Census Bureau. You're counted where you live on April 1st. And so, yeah, it can be confusing because a lot of times students might be using their parents' home as their permanent address or for other purposes. But for the purpose of the census, they should be counted where they're living on April 1st. And if they're living here in Iowa City, that's where they get counted.
Starting this March, keep a sharpened pencil on hand because participation isn't just important, it's mandatory.